So there I was scrolling through TikTok and I come across this video that has over 7 million views talking about 800 Etsy sellers actually getting sued for selling something in their Etsy store. And if you don't know this one, you're not alone. A lot of people have gotten caught by this exact same corporation who likes to give copyright infringements and sue Etsy sellers. And so in this video, I'll talk to you about what corporation that is and how to keep your store safe, but I'll also share 3 reasons why I've seen other Etsy sellers get their listings taken down or get copyright infringements recently so that you can keep your shop safe. So the video I saw was from this creator, Chloe, on TikTok, and I'll link her video down below. And she was talking about how 2 years ago, she and 800 other Etsy sellers got sued for using the word Smiley in their Etsy listings. So if you've never heard of the Smiley Corporation, you're not alone. I hadn't heard of it until one of the friends that I have actually got a copyright infringement from the Smiley Corporation. So they actually own the yellow smiley face with the 2 dots and the smile, but they also, more importantly, own the word smiley. So this seller sells cute little earrings. Her Etsy store is Jammy Weekend, makes tons of cute stuff, and she makes cute little earrings with dots and smiles on animals. So she was using terms like smiley capybara in her title and her tags, and that's what actually got her shop closed down and sued. Her shop is back up now, but they were originally saying that she needed to pay $2,500 to be able to get her shop back. She did eventually get dismissed from the case, and you can watch the whole video down below. But basically what you need to know to keep your shop safe is you can never use the word smiley on your item or in your listings, and you also can't use the actual circle smiley faces. So if you Google or look up on Etsy the word smiley, you'll see tons of shirts with a circle, 2 dots, and the smile. Even if it's not yellow, that is what is actually protected and trademarked. Now you'll see listings that have been up for a year, 2 years. They don't always catch every single listing, but I know a bunch of different people who've gotten copyright infringements in the last year or 2 using smiley faces in their designs. So what I think you can do, from my experience, is I think you can use like retro characters who have like dots for the eyes and a smile. You just can't use the actual circle smiley face style. So make sure to stay away from that to keep your shop safe. The second way to keep your shop safe is from trademark terms. Now, if you've never checked trademarks for listings in your store, then I will link a full tutorial down in the description on how to check trademarks on the trademark checking website so that you can keep your shop safe. But there's a few that really get people and get a lot of listings taken down. The first one is girl mom and boy dad. Now these ones might look tricky because it's a one word smushed together, girl mom. And this one you might think you're safe if you do like a space in the middle, but I actually talked to a trademark lawyer and he said that it really all comes down to if the brand feels like you are infringing on their brand. And so you actually can't use the words girl mom or girl dad in any of your listings, on any of your designs. I've seen hundreds of new sellers get listings taken down for this exact trademark. So if you've got any in your store, go ahead and take them down and make sure to avoid them in the future. And if you struggle with knowing what you should be selling on Etsy and when, then definitely check out my monthly trend report subscription. I'll link it down below. It's an hour to an hour and a half long video that I release every single month with the top selling products that are new and trending on Etsy, the top trending design styles, and what's going to be selling in the next 8 to 12 weeks that you should be preparing in advance for. So if you want to know what's selling on Etsy now and be ready for what's coming, then definitely check out my monthly trend reports. But the third thing is, what if something gets trademarked after you've posted it? Now we had this happen recently where a lot of sellers got takedowns in July because on July 1st, a new trademark was registered for the term born to read. Now, some sellers were confused because the term born to read is trademarked, but their design said things like born to read, forced to work. Now, this is kind of a tricky subject because it's not always completely black and white. If, say, one word is trademarked, like the word thankful, can you use that in a saying or not? Or if born to read is trademarked, can you add words to that term, like born to read, forced to work, and sell it or not? And the best way that, again, I got advice from a trademark lawyer is to see if other things are trademarked with additional words. So let's take thankful, for example. If thankful is trademarked, Can you make a shirt that says thankful, grateful, blessed? The best way for you to know is if you find other trademarks for the same product type, like if you're selling shirts, that are thankful included in another set of words. So if it was thankful for my mom isn't trademarked and you do something else, then that's a pretty good sign that you're able to also use thankful in a longer saying. So it is complicated when you've already listed something months ago and then it gets trademarked. So one of my best advices for you is not to actually use the saying on your item in the title or the tags. That way it gives you a little bit more time to find out that something's trademarked before you get caught up in a mass reporting. So let's say I had a shirt, this is Born to Read, Forced to Work. I probably wouldn't actually put that in my title or my tags. I would put things like reading shirt, gift for teacher, gift for reader, you know, that type of thing, where it's the keywords someone's going to type in that they don't know what they want yet, but then they see that item and they want it. Since the majority of the time, that's where your sales come from anyways. So that is one tip, is not to use the term on your item in the title and tags. Reserve those for keywords you think customers will be searching to find it. And the fourth and final thing to keep your store safe is understanding a couple of the regulations around selling children's clothing. So there's two things you need to know. The first is that you cannot use the word hoodie in a listing that has kids sizes available. So even if you sell, say, the kids hoodie on Printify, don't use the word hoodie anywhere, because we know that the kids hoodie on Printify doesn't come with the string, which is what the big concern is. But Etsy, just to be safe, anytime someone uses the word hoodie in a listing and they sell kids sizes, they will take your listing down. And so it is a really important thing to know that if you sell kids stuff, you can't use the word hoodie. We do comply with those rules of not having the string, but Etsy doesn't care. They want to just be safe and they'll just take your listing down. The other thing that Etsy will take your listing down for is there's a lot of regulations on being able to sell children's pajamas. They have to meet a certain fire rating, and if you're selling just t-shirts, then that's not actually going to apply. So you might be wondering, what are you talking about? Why are you bringing up kids pajamas? Coming into the holiday season, you're going to see a lot of listings aimed at family matching pajamas for Christmas sets. And that's all great. People love buying new t-shirts and then they'll buy their own pajama bottoms to have their family matching pajamas. But you cannot use the word pajamas or PJs or anything like that and have kids sizes available in the listings. That is a big no-no and will get your listings taken down by Etsy. I found this out the hard way when they took down about 50 of my listings when I first found out. So keep your shop safe, avoid using smiley faces, avoid using the word hoodie or pajamas if you're selling kids stuff, and make sure to be checking your trademarks anytime that you're listing items, and then your shop should be completely safe. And if you're watching this and you haven't even started your own print-on-demand store just yet, don't worry, these are just kind of the hairy and scary stuff. Most of selling print-on-demand is very safe, and if you follow these rules, it covers a lot of what you need to know to keep your shop safe. But if you haven't gotten started just yet, then make sure to take my free mini course that I'll link down in the description below that takes you through opening up your Etsy shop, choosing a product, and getting your first listing for sale on Etsy, all completely for free. So again, I'll link my free mini course down in the description. I hope you found this video super helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.